is Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player 1.
Yeah!
Player 2.
Yeah!
Player 3. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories. Play along. State the park's state. An organic category. Punjab. The Olympic Games. And what are you made of? Player 1, make a selection, please. A childhood chum or a line of coolers from Igloo. Let's hear it, Player 1. Right you are. We return to you, Player 1. To treat something as less important. Yes, Player 1? Yes. Select again. Beastly boisterous behavior. Okay, Player 3? No, sorry. Any other takers? Player 1? That is correct.
Yeah! Woo!
Player 1. Alan Ball and Bud Schulberg came up with great ones. Okay, Player 1? Nope. Sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Player 2. Yes. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 2, you make the next selection as we... A dialysis machine is also called an artificial one of these organs. Player 1? That is correct. Player 1, use alveoli are tiny sacs clustered like grapes in these organs. Yes, Player 1? Right you are. Player 1, back to you. This publication has been serving theater since 1884. Yes, Player 1? Correct. Player 1, choose again. Longhorn Cavern State Park. Let's hear it, Player 1. That's correct. Player 1, San Simeon State Park. Yes, Player 1? Good. Player 1, Manatee Springs State Park. It's Player 1. Good. You get to pick again. Cumberland Falls State Resort Park. Let's hear it, player one. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's the response we were looking for. Kentucky. We return to you, player
Crater
one.
of Diamonds State Park.
Player three. That's right. Way to go. Good. Back on the plus side. Player three, start us. Queen Elizabeth II at Madame Tussauds. Let's hear it, player one. Correct. Player one. Moses by Michelangelo at San Pietro in Vincoli, Rome. Yes, player one. Right. You again, player one. Tecumseh on Cheers. Here's what we were looking for. Wood. You again, player one. Kelly will present this clue.
The warriors of China's first Qin emperor are made of this. It's Italian for baked earth.
Okay, player one. That is correct.
Yeah! Woo!
You get to pick again, player one. It's the Daily Double.
Yeah! Woo!
And you're in the lead now. So, what's your wager? All right, here's your clue. St. John the Baptist by Donatello at Siena Cathedral. Even so, you are still in the lead. The correct response is bronze. You get to pick again, player one. Though this organ has no known use, it can harm you if it ruptures, creating the risk of peritonitis. Player one. Good. Player one, back. The hepatic duct carries bile from the liver to this organ for storage. It's player one. Yes. We return to you, player one. The islets of Langerhans aren't a vacation spot, but a group of cells in this organ. Player one. You are correct. Player one, choose again.
Since 1947, the historic region of Punjab has been divided between these two countries.
Let's hear it, player one. That is correct. Select again.
As part of his easternmost conquests, this Greek's armies occupied the Punjab around 327 BC.
Okay, player one. Right. Player one.
In the 1840s, this European power fought two costly wars over the Punjab before annexing the region outright. Player 1. Right you are. Player 1. In this Kipling work, the title orphan's father was a sergeant in an Irish regiment in the Punjab. Player 1. No, sorry. Anyone else? It's player 2. Good. Player 2, you start us off. Predominant in the Punjab, this religion has origins in both Hinduism and Islam. Yes, player 1. Hey, you're right. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 1, you might have to get as high as 20 feet off the ground to win a medal in this field event. It's player 1. Nope. Anyone else? It's player 3. Right.
Yeah!
Player 3, where do we start? In the Olympic 400-meter relay final, this many runners compete together as a team. Player 1. Good. Player 1, where do we start? Next to the marathon, it's the longest running event in the Summer Olympics. Okay, player 1. Right. Player 1. Norway's Andreas Thorkildsen won a 2008 gold medal by throwing this 90.57 meters. Okay, player 1. Right. Let's have a look at the $1,000 clue. Here's Sarah.
Led by Angel de Maria, this South American powerhouse won its second consecutive gold in men's soccer at the 2008 Games.
Let's hear it, player 3. Right. Player 2 is in third place, which means, of course, player 2 will select first in Double Jeopardy. Categories for the Double Jeopardy round are I Want to Be, Proverbs, Women's Firsts, College Football Coaching Legends, Books and Authors, and Science Guys. Player 2, you start us off. In 2003, Mitch Albom had a #1 bestseller with The 5 People You Meet in Here. Okay, player 1. You got it. Player 1, where do we start? In 1947, he published his first story collection, Dark Carnival. Fahrenheit 451 came 6 years later. Yes, player 1? Hey, you're right. In Willa Cather's O Pioneers, the heroine, Alexandra Bergson, is of immigrant stock from this country. Player 2.
Yep. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 2, you make the next selection as we... Let's show her a little RESPECT. She's the first woman inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Okay, player 1. That is correct.
Yeah! Woo!
Okay, let's get back into this. Player 1, you make... In 2007, his book, The Road, earned him a Pulitzer Prize and entry into Oprah's book club. Okay, player 1. Good for you. Player 1, back to you for... James Michener's Centennial centers on a fictional town in this state. Here's what we wanted. Colorado. Player 1, pick again. All right, here with the clue is Sarah.
In 2007, Drew Gilpin Faust became the first female president in the 371-year history of this picturesque university.
Okay, player 1. Any other takers? Yes, player 2. Right. All right, let's get back into this. Player 2 has control. Answer. The first of the 2 daily doubles. You are currently in second place. How much are you going to wager, player 2? And the daily double clue. Registering as Kay Switzer in 1967, Catherine Switzer became the first woman to officially enter and run this race. That's it. Player 2, back to you. His grandfather, Erasmus, argued in favor of evolution 60 years before he took up the cause himself. Okay, player 1. Yes. All right, let's get back into this. Player 1 has control of the board. Frances Perkins became the first woman cabinet member when FDR put her to work as secretary of this. Player 1. That is correct. Player 1, Wilma Mankiller was the first woman to serve as principal chief of this Southeast Native American tribe. It's player 2. Correct. Player 2, make a selection, please, as we continue. Woody Hayes, 1951 to 1978. Yes, player 2. That's it. Please pick again, player 2. Bo Schembechler, 1969 to 1989. Okay, player 3. No, sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? The correct response is Michigan. Player 2, pick again. In 1920, he was named director of the Institute of Theoretical Physics in Copenhagen. Okay, player 2. Yes. Select again. This German physicist won a 1918 Nobel Prize for his quantum theory. It's player 1. Ooh, sorry. That's incorrect. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Player 2. Right. Player 2, back to you for our next selection. Until his death in 1907, this chemist headed the Weights and Measures Bureau in St. Petersburg, Russia. Yes, player 3? Good. Player 3, where do we start? Tom Osborne, 1973, 1997. Here's the correct response. Nebraska. You get to pick again, player 3. Bobby Bowden, 1976 to 2009. Yes, player 3? Right you are. Please pick again, player 3. Vince Dooley, 1964 to 1988. It's player 2. Good for you. Player 2, you're in command of the board as we continue right now. In 1855, Napoleon III swung a deal, arranging for this man's appointment as physicist at the Paris Observatory. Here's what we wanted. Jean Foucault. Please pick again, player 2. One of these dancers, so I'm practicing my arabesques and pirouettes so I can perform with the Kirov. Yes, player 1? Right. Player 1, you're one of these, from the Greek for star sailor, like John Glenn or Buzz Aldrin. Player 1? Good. Player 1, choose one of these and deal with the health problems of vicunas, pintos, and Great Danes. Yes, player 1? You are correct. Please pick again, player 1. Like Martin Luther King and the Dalai Lama, and be honored with this humanitarian prize given in Oslo. Yes, player 1? Right. Please pick again, player 1. This, from the Greek for straight, and make some big bucks correcting crooked teeth with braces. Yes, player 1? You got it. Player 1, back to you for marry in haste and do this at leisure. Player 3? That is correct. Where do we begin, player 3? It seldom knocks twice. Yes, player 1? Correct. All right, let's get back into this. Alexander Pope wrote, "Hope springs eternal in the human this." Okay, player 1? Yep. Player 1, pick again. answer. The second daily double. And you're in the lead now. How much are you going to wager, player one? The clue, there is honor, even among these. That puts you even further ahead. And we'll wrap up the board with this clue. Close only counts in this backyard game. Yes, player one? Correct. You all move on to Final Jeopardy, which will continue after these messages. We've got the Final Jeopardy round here for you, and today it features this category. Before they were senators. So, what's your wager? Here you are, players, the Final Jeopardy clue. Later a U.S. Senator, in 1962, he made a famous 75,000-mile trip. What did you put as your response? And this correct response will add how much to your score? And your response? How much do you add to your total with that correct response? Let's see your response. How much do you add to your total with that correct response? You've come out ahead as our champion, player one. Thanks for playing. We'll see you next time.